a head teacher at Arcs and Albans Academy. I'm really grateful to Mr. Whitehouse, who's given me the opportunity to record this message for all of the pupils and parents who are currently in Year 6 at Christchurch Primary School. As you know, Christchurch is a feeder school for Arcs and Albans Academy, which means that pupils that currently attend Christchurch in Year 6 are very, very, very likely to get a place at Arcs and Albans Academy for Year 7 if they put us down on the application form. And we've really enjoyed welcoming into Year 7 this year lots and lots of children from Christchurch, and we want to continue doing that in the future and building an excellent relationship between the two schools. So I wanted to share a little bit of information with you that I shared with other families during the parents' open evening we had in person a couple of weeks ago about the secondary school, trying to give you as much information as possible so that when you come to make applications and plans for Year 7, you've got all the information you need about Arcs and Albans Academy. And I hope for many of you that leads to you wanting to rank us as your first preference of a secondary school for your child. So I'm going to share some information with you now on the screen, and I'm going to talk it through with you as briefly as possible. What I want to share with you are the kind of key factors that I think makes Arcs and Albans Academy a success, and which enables the pupils that join us in Year 7 to be a success. One of those key factors is the fact that it's an incredibly small school, and that's the first of the 6 things that I want to talk through with you. Now, it's obviously a secondary school, so it's much bigger than the school that you're joining from in primary, but as a secondary school with just 120 children in Year 7, it's far, far smaller than many other of the local secondary schools. And that means we get the opportunity to get to know the pupils incredibly well, but also to get to know their families well too. One part of the induction process that I enjoyed this summer, you can see some quick photographs there, is I was able to meet individually with every pupil and their family for around 30-40 minutes to get to know them, find out about their interests, their passions, their hopes for the future, find out anything that would help us make sure they had a really smooth transition into secondary school, and really get to know them. And being small means we can do that well, and we can really feel like a tight community, a family that are all working together to achieve something really, really promising. So we get to know our children and our families incredibly well. That's a key thing that I'd want everyone to know about our school. In addition, we want to make sure that Year 7 is as safe and as supportive and secure as possible. We run our classes here a little bit differently to other secondary schools, and by that I mean it's more like primary school. The pupils have their own classroom, that's their classroom throughout the day, and their teachers for different subjects come to them. So rather than having all the children walking around the school and trying to find which classroom to go to and the time that takes and being in busy corridors, the children stay in one place, much as they do in primary school. Excuse me. That place is our Year 7 zone when they first start with us, which is a collection of 5 classrooms on the ground floor right by the front door. And as I say, that's where they're based, and their teachers come to teach them there for all of their subjects. And we think that gives a really safe start to secondary school. And then that model continues on through Years 8 and Year 9s as well. In addition, I think a really unique factor about our school is that we have a 6th form, so that pupils, when they join us in Year 7, when they're 11 years old, are able to stay with us all the way through until they're 18 years old, just like some of these young people you can see on the screen right now. By having a 6th form, that means children can stay with us into Year 12 and into Year 13 and pursue their A-levels and the studies that are going to prepare them for success at university. It's a real strength of the school. Last year, we had 5 children leaving us to go and study medicine at Birmingham University. We have children going off to study law, to do computing, engineering, a whole range of different subjects at a whole range of different universities, both local and near to home, but also across the country. And our 6th form is a really important part of our school, because we're saying we're going to commit to making sure your child's a success, not just for 5 years, but for 7 years, all the way through into adulthood. And there's not going to need to be that moment of transition at the end of Year 11 where we have to find a new school or find a new college and quickly settle in at the start of trying to do some very important courses. A-levels often just taking 2 years. If we lose half of that time on getting to know new teachers and new schools and new settings, quite often that's wasted time. We're offering the opportunity to attend a school where we have that 6th form provision right here on site as a continued part of the education that we offer. And our achievement throughout the school is something we're incredibly proud of. in our GCSE results, we're frequently ranked as one of the highest performing schools in the country, particularly for children who may be starting from primary school a little bit behind. We catch children up and we make sure they leave us with excellent grades. There's a picture of one family there on the left celebrating this summer where that child had achieved a grade 9, the highest possible grade in every single one of their subjects, and is obviously then very well prepared to go on to study A levels and to think about university. At Key Stage 3, we have a very broad and rigorous curriculum that prepares children for success in their future. There's an online platform we use through maths called Hegarty Maths, and we're particularly proud of how that's worked in our school. We're one of the top 20 schools in the country for our use of Hegarty Maths, and we can see the impact that children make and how much they learn in maths straight away as a result of that work. And we're really clear that in our school, no year group is more important than any other. I'm really confident as the leader of the school that I know for a fact that what happens in year 7 or what happens in year 8 is just as important as what happens in year 11. If you show me a child's grades at the end of year 9, I can predict with almost complete accuracy what they will achieve at the end of year 11. And so making that strong start at the start of year 7 and going into year 8 is 100% our focus, and then leading the children all the way through to sustaining that success into year 11 and then into sixth form and at university and beyond. We're also a faith school, and I think it's hopefully comforting and reassuring to families that there's a school available to them which values and respects religious faith and identity. We're a Church of England school with a majority Muslim pupil population, and the joy and the interfaith opportunities that provides for children to be genuinely well-rounded citizens in the community is a huge opportunity that we have at our school. Now, because of COVID, we've had to operate a little bit differently in recent months, but working incredibly closely with both Central Mosque just over the road and the church just up the road is a key part of our school and our character education for the pupils that we serve. We also have a wonderful building with huge facilities, both for sports, but also for sciences and computing as well. And we talk a lot about supporting pupils to find their passions, and we have a huge range of extracurricular activities which take place between 3 and 4 p.m. every day. Every day there's at least 5 different things happening at the school, ranging from robotics club to chess club to football club to drama club to cooking club, which at the moment is the most popular. What I often say to children as they join us is that I'd be absolutely amazed if we don't have at least one club that they'd be excited about being part of. And if we don't, they should tell us what they would like, because we'll probably make it happen. We really believe that providing that extracurricular opportunity for children to find their skills and their passions is just as important as the academic provision that we put in place during the day. So there we are. They're just 6 things that I think make our school a success and hopefully make you excited about the possibility of your child joining us. The connection with Christchurch is also a really important factor. As we have increasing numbers of children coming from Christchurch into our school into year 7, we understand their curriculum, what they've learned and what they're bringing to the school when they start in year 7. And it means the curriculum that is taught in year 7 can be incredibly and increasingly more matched to what the children have learned before they've joined us. It's been an incredible success for lots of the children who've joined us in recent years, and I really hope that can continue with you and your children in the year ahead. I think we're also an incredibly ambitious school, and this is a statement that I've shared with visitors, with the pupils here, with their parents and with the staff who work here, which is I genuinely want our school to become the very best in the country, both for pupils to study at and for parents to send their children to, but also for the teachers to work in. And on many, many measures, whether that's about our GCSE results, the universities our children go to and so forth, on so many measures, we're very close to being one of the very best schools in the country. And it's definitely my intention in the next year or 2 to become the very best. And I'm really excited about welcoming a new cohort of children into year 7 next year to be part of that journey with us. I also recognise that making decisions about secondary school and it's a big deal for lots of families. It's an important choice and an important decision. And I think I'm very keen directly myself to speak to any family individually if they have questions or they want to find out more information. You can call the school on the number there, or you can email the email address and ask to speak to me, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And like I said, we can arrange to meet or to speak on the phone. And I'm also very keen to invite people in to tour the school with me and to have a look around. And then crucially, making sure that the applications are complete. The deadline is the end of the half-term holiday. I think it's the 29th of October. And I really would be excited about as many of the children from Christchurch and their families choosing our school to join. I think we are incredibly excited about the start the children who've recently joined us from Christchurch have made, and we hope that far more will follow them in the year ahead. As I said, if you want to know anything else about the school, if you would like to speak to me and to find out more information, please do get in touch. I'm very, very grateful for your time. Thank you very much.